on, MMA fans? I'm back to do my UFC Fight Night 22 Marquardt versus Palhares predictions, taking place from Austin, Texas. Gonna go over the main card like I usually do, like I told you guys in my video explaining everything going down. Do a little bit of a different breakdown style than I normally do to kind of just make it easier on me. YouTube, thank God, has given 15 minutes now, which makes it that much easier, but prelim picks will be in the description side. I've been trying to do that with the predictions videos because people have asked about that. So if you're interested in my prelim picks, check out the description side. Main card, Cole Miller versus Ross Pearson. We know what each guy is good at. Cole Miller is a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Very, very good ground game. Has had some impressive wins in the UFC with not only his top game, but his bottom game as well. His striking has improved since he's come in. And it's an area I think he still is improving upon, but it's definitely better than what it was in the very beginning of his career in MMA. Ross Pearson, good kickboxer, Ultimate Fighter winner, Taekwondo black belt, Judo black belt, good clinch game, decent wrestling, decent takedown defense. Stylistically, this is a bad fight for Cole Miller. He's going to want to try to get this fight down to the ground. That's where his strong suit is his jiu-jitsu. He can last on the feet with Pearson, but that's not where he wants to be. Pearson, has a good clinch game. His takedown defense, I think, against Cole Miller will be fairly well. I think Miller's going to have a tough time getting Pearson down. I'm going to have to go Ross Pearson in this one via a second or third round TKO. If Miller can get Pearson down, maybe, try to, get in the clinch, somehow work and beat Pearson in that area, maybe he can get this fight down. But from the outside, I think Pearson, is quick enough on his feet. I don't think he'll be able to get him down. So that's going to be my pick, Ross Pearson, second or third round TKO. Jim Miller versus Gleison Tibau. Jim Miller, accomplished wrestler, brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, good boxing. Has a very, very good work ethic, him and his brother. Fighting out of the AMA Fight Club up in New Jersey. So, both of these guys, both brothers, are very, very, good as far as their work ethic is concerned. Good cardio, good boxing. Miller has had issues against stronger wrestlers, and I think that in this matchup against Gleison Tibau, he's going to have an issue there. Tibau has improved with his striking and his boxing. He's a good wrestler. He's one of the biggest guys at 155 pounds, not only in the UFC, but I think lightweight in the world in MMA. Black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's a really, really bad matchup for Jim Miller. If Miller can try to avoid this fight going down to the ground, and somehow try to employ a really good game plan of some kicks, keeping Tibau to the outside, moving in and out of the pocket with some footwork, picking Tibau apart on the feet, avoiding the big, big shots that Tibau throws with his hooks and his counters, Jim Miller should be able to do all right. However, I think that there's going to be some exchanges where Miller's going to try to close the distance and get caught in some takedowns. And that's what I see happening here. I think Tibau is going to win a unanimous decision here. Miller is a tough guy to finish. Unless Tibau gets a really, really dominant position on him, which is possible. I can foresee that happening. I think that Tibau will more than likely win a decision in this one. So that's going to be my pick, Gleison Tibau via UD. Next fight, Efrain Escudero versus Charles Oliveira. Escudero, good hands, good wrestler, good work ethic. He kind of mixes it up between his striking and his wrestling and does a good job of that. Oliveira, good boxing, good leg kicks, good on the ground, very, very good ground game from the top and the bottom as far as his jiu-jitsu is concerned. If Escudero can keep this standing, avoid going down to the ground with Oliveira, if he has to, putting it there temporarily, staying out of the dangerous spots inside of Oliveira's guard. I think he has a good shot at winning this. I think stylistically it's a bad match for Oliveira. I'm going to have to take Escudero in this one. This one I think is going to be a UD as well, unfortunately. I think Escudero is going to come in with a very, very good game plan. Just boxing, trying to move side to side, avoiding Oliveira trying to clinch with him, avoiding trying to take Oliveira down, because that's where Oliveira's strong suit is. And I think Escudero wins this one by a UD. On to the main event, Nate Marquardt versus Rousimar Palhares. Both guys decorated in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Both are black belts. Palhares is just ruthless with leg locks. I mean, that's one of the things that scares you when you see him put a guy in that. And he's been dangerous with that throughout his career. His hands are improving. His wrestling is improving. He is able to get guys down, but I think overall, I think he still needs to improve in that area, mixing up his striking with his wrestling to get the fight down to the ground, and then use his really, really good top game. He is dangerous when he gets on top of you. Marquardt, good boxing, good hands, good leg kicks, good clinch work. He's a very, very good practitioner with BJJ from the top. His bottom game is not so good. We've seen him in some tough spots when he's been put on the bottom, notably against Chael Sonnen. This is a tough fight to call. I really have gone back and forth on this one, trying to figure out what would occur in this fight, what would happen. If Marquardt decides to, for whatever reason, try to grapple with Palhares and take this fight down to the ground and work inside a guard, he's going to be in for a tough situation. Palhares is dangerous off of his back. He's not known for catching guys off of his back, but he's good at sweeps. He's good at reversing position. Marquardt, I think more than likely, is going to try to keep this fight standing, use good footwork, use some leg kicks, keep Palhares at a distance, use some boxing. And I actually think Marquardt's going to catch Palhares. I don't know why I think this, but I think he will. I'm going to say in the second round, middle of the second round, he's going to catch him. Palhares is going to go backwards. He's going to pounce on top of him and pound him out. And that's going to be my pick, Nate Marquardt via a second round TKO to beat Husamal Palhares. So those are my picks for UFC Fight Night 22. Leave your comments, constructive, negative, positive. As always, make sure to check out my sponsors in the description side. Check out my prelim picks. And I will be back to do my UFC 119 predictions coming up soon, as well as some other MMA cards as they come. So you guys, take it easy.